Imagine this. You wake up one morning and realize everything you thought was secure is gone. The job, the relationship, the money. You stare at your phone, afraid to open your banking app, afraid to open your messages, because deep down you already know it's not good news. Maybe for you, it didn't happen all at once. Maybe it was a series of quiet disappointments, a deal that fell through, a business that never really took off, a dream that slowly died while you were busy, just trying to survive. And now maybe no one around you really understands how heavy it feels. But you do. You feel it in your chest, in your stomach, in the way you sigh a little deeper at the end of each day. If that's where you are right now, or if you've ever been there, this message is for you. Because today we're going to talk about something very real. How to start over from zero. Not in theory, not in pretty motivational quotes, but in a practical, emotional, honest way, with a clear formula for your comeback after failure. Welcome to this space. This is where we talk about success and failure, business and life, and the messy, very human journey in between. I'm not here to preach at you from some perfect stage far away. I'm here to sit next to you like a friend who's been through some storms too. The title of this episode is Starting Over from Zero, the Comeback Formula After Failure. In the next half hour, we're going to walk through why failure hurts so deeply and why it also carries a hidden gift. A step-by-step comeback formula you can apply to your life starting today. Some simple but powerful actions you can take in the next 24 hours, 7 days, and 30 days. And a new way to look at your failure not as the end of your story, but as the turning point. And a new way to look at your failure not as the end of your story, but as the turning point. I want you to feel a little less alone, a little more clear, and a lot more ready to begin again. And I want to start not with a theory, but with a story. A few years ago, I met someone whose story I'll never forget. For the sake of this episode, I'll call him Alex. At 29, Alex thought he was doing okay. He had a decent job, some savings, a relationship that looked good on social media, and those vague plans we all have to someday start something of his own. But someday never came. Instead, something else did. The company he worked for started cutting costs. At first, it was small. Fewer benefits, more pressure, more uncertainty in the office. Then one Friday afternoon, he was called into a meeting room and walked out, unemployed. Just like that. He tried to stay calm. He told himself, "It's fine, I'm smart, I'll find another job." But the job market didn't care about his plans. Weeks turned into months. Interviews went nowhere. His inbox stayed quiet. His savings began to evaporate, bill by bill, rent by rent. Then, almost on cue, other parts of his life started to crack. The relationship he was in, already strained by stress, insecurity, and unspoken expectations, finally broke. They stopped understanding each other, then stopped trying, then stopped talking. He began avoiding messages from friends because he didn't want to answer the simple question, "So, how's everything going?" He felt ashamed, not just because life had punched him in the face, but because he had secretly believed he was better than this. He used to look at people who struggled and think, "That won't be me." And now, suddenly it was. One night, alone in his small apartment, surrounded by the silence of unpaid bills and unfinished dreams, Alex hit what he would later call the quiet bottom. There was no dramatic collapse, no broken plates, no shouting, just a deep, heavy stillness. He walked to the bathroom, turned on the light, and looked at himself in the mirror. He barely recognized the person staring back. He didn't see the ambitious, optimistic version of himself anymore. He saw someone tired, someone scared, someone uncertain, someone who had run out of excuses. He told me later that this was the first night he stopped blaming the economy, his boss, his ex, his bad luck. and admitted something he had never wanted to say out loud. I've been living on autopilot. I haven't been leading my life. I've just been reacting to it. That realization didn't magically fix anything. It didn't pay the rent. It didn't bring back the job or the relationship. But it did something more important. It woke him up. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he started asking, "What can I build from here?" That was the night he quietly decided, "This is not where my story ends. This is where my real story begins." From that place, heartbroken and uncertain, he began to build his comeback. And today, I want to share with you the simple formula behind that comeback. It's not a magic trick. It doesn't rely on miracles. It's a way of thinking and living that you can use too, starting exactly where you are. There are 5 parts to this comeback formula. The first is facing the truth. Most people who feel stuck after failure are not stuck because they're weak. They're stuck because they're not honest with themselves. We sugarcoat. We explain. We say it's just bad luck. It's not the right time. It's because of them. But you cannot change a reality you refuse to fully see. Facing the truth means sitting down with yourself and asking, where did I really go wrong? What was my part in this? What did I keep avoiding, even when I knew I shouldn't? What patterns keep repeating in my life? Different people, different jobs, same pain. This is not about attacking yourself. It's about telling yourself the whole story, instead of just the part where you were the victim. For Alex, it was admitting, I never built real skills. I just drifted from job to job. I never managed my money. I kept telling myself I had time when deep down I knew I was wasting it. That level of honesty hurts. You might cry. You might feel ashamed. But that's also the moment your power starts to come back. Because the moment you say, this is where I really am, you can finally ask, okay, so what do I do next? The second part of the formula is forgiveness, specifically forgiving yourself. After you face the truth, there's another enemy waiting in the dark, self-hate. It whispers things like, I'm so stupid. I ruin everything. I don't deserve another chance. What's the point in trying again? I'll just mess it up. Shame doesn't correct you. Shame paralyzes you. You cannot build a new life while constantly attacking yourself for the old one. Forgiveness is not about pretending it didn't happen or acting like your choices had no consequences. It's about saying, yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I could have done better, but I am still worthy of growth, of love, of another try. Think of the younger version of yourself who made those decisions. Took that job, stayed in that relationship, ignored that warning. That version of you was not evil. They were confused, afraid, uninformed, or simply not ready. You can be firm with yourself without being cruel to yourself. One simple practice is to put your hand over your heart, take a deep breath, and say quietly, I forgive myself for not knowing better before. I am willing to learn. I am willing to grow. I am allowed to start again. It may feel awkward or cheesy at first, but slowly you start to loosen the chain of guilt wrapped around your chest. And with that weight beginning to lift, you can finally move forward. The third part is rebuilding your foundation before you try to dream big again. Starting over does not begin with a huge vision board and 50 goals. It begins with the boring, unglamorous work of rebuilding the base of your life. When a house collapses, you don't start by repainting the walls. You start with the ground, the base, the structure underneath everything. Your life is the same. Your foundation is made of your health, your body, and energy. Your basic routines, your sleep, your food, your movement, your mental environment, what you are feeding your mind, who you are listening to, what you are scrolling through, and your core skills, the abilities that allow you to earn, create, and contribute. After a big failure, it's tempting to chase something flashy to prove you're not a loser. Start a big business overnight. Make a risky investment. Post something dramatic just to look successful again. But most real comeback stories are quiet at the beginning. For some people, rebuilding the foundation looks like fixing their sleep schedule, cooking simple meals instead of living on junk and delivery, going for a 20-minute walk every day, reading 10 pages of a book instead of scrolling endlessly, or choosing one skill that could actually help them earn more in the next 6 to 12 months. It doesn't look impressive on Instagram, but it changes your life from the inside out. For Alex, the foundation phase lasted months. He started waking up at the same time every day, even without a job to go to. He went for walks. He began tracking every bit of money. What came in, what went out, where it was going. He stopped pretending it was just a bad month and started looking at the numbers. He took a simple online course to strengthen a skill he already had some talent in. From the outside, it didn't look like a comeback. It looked like a guy living a quiet, ordinary life, but from the inside it was the very beginning of one. That quiet consistency began to rebuild his sense of control and self-respect. The fourth part of the formula is designing your next chapter with intention. Once your foundation isn't completely shaky, you can start to ask bigger questions. What kind of life do I actually want to build now? Who do I want to become in the next 1 to 3 years? What would make me genuinely proud of myself, even if nobody else understands or claps for me? Maybe your new dream is smaller than your old one, but more real. Maybe it's bigger, but this time more grounded. Instead of writing a long list of goals you'll forget in a week, you can create a simple vision in 3 areas: yourself, your work or money, and your relationships. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel in my own skin? What kind of work do I want to do? And what skills do I want to use? What kind of people do I want around me? Then write the answers in the present tense. I am someone who, my days look like, my work allows me to. This is not fantasy or delusion. It's a blueprint. It is you saying, this is the direction I'm choosing. For Alex, the new chapter was not about being a millionaire in 6 months, or proving his worth to everyone who doubted him. His new vision was simple. I am a stable, reliable, skilled person who creates value and earns well doing meaningful work. That clarity became a quiet filter for his choices. He stopped chasing anything that didn't lead him closer to that version of himself. The fifth part of the formula is committing to tiny, relentless action. This is the unromantic secret behind almost every comeback. Your comeback will not feel magical when you're living it. It will feel repetitive, sometimes boring, sometimes invisible. You will do small things over and over. Waking up at the time you promised yourself, showing up for work or study, even when you're tired, saying no to old habits that kept you stuck, sending one more email, making one more call, improving one tiny detail in whatever you're building. Tiny actions are not glamorous, but when repeated, they are transformational. Slowly, you become someone else. The old you reacted to life, the new you chooses. The old you waited for motivation. The new you build systems and routines that make action easier. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent enough. Missing one day will not ruin you. Deciding that one missed day means you failed and should quit, that's what ruins people. Your comeback is not one big event. It is a daily decision. Now, I don't want this to be just something you listen to and forget. I want this moment to become a kind of turning point for you. So let's turn this formula into a few simple actions you can actually take. First, sometime today, find 20 or 30 quiet minutes and write what I call your brutal truth page. Take a piece of paper and at the top, write, "This is the truth of my life as it is right now." Then, without editing yourself, answer honestly. Where am I really in my life? In money? In career? In health? In relationships? What patterns keep repeating that hurt me? What was my part in creating this situation? Don't write what you wish were true. Don't write to impress anyone. This is a conversation between you and you. When you finish, take a deep breath. You just did something many people avoid for their entire life. Second, on another page, write a short letter of self-forgiveness. Start with, "Dear, your name. I forgive you for," and be honest. Forgive yourself for bad decisions, wasted time, staying too long in the wrong place, trusting the wrong people, not believing in yourself sooner. Then add, "From now on I choose to," and list how you will treat yourself differently from this moment on. I choose to speak to myself with respect. I choose to take responsibility instead of drowning in shame. I choose to give myself another chance. You may feel emotional while writing this. Let it happen. Sometimes the tears you've been holding back are exactly what need to come out so you can move forward. Third, in the next 7 days, choose just one small piece of your foundation to work on. Only one. It may be sleep. I will go to bed before 11:30 p.m. for the next 7 days. It may be movement. I will walk for 20 minutes every day, no matter what. It may be money. I will write down every expense I make this week to actually see where my money is going. It may be learning. I will read 10 pages of a book that helps me grow every day. Don't pick 5 changes. Pick one and honor it like a promise. Fourth, in the next 30 days, choose a small comeback project that symbolizes this new chapter. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be starting a simple online gig to earn your first extra bit of income, finishing an online course that strengthens a useful skill, reorganizing your workspace or home so it supports the new you instead of reminding you of the old one, or updating your CV or portfolio in a way that feels aligned with the person you're becoming. The goal is not to impress anyone watching from the outside. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can start something and finish it. Completion is a powerful antidote to the identity of "I'm a failure." Finally, take a blank page and write at the top, "The person I am becoming." Then, in simple sentences, describe that person. I am someone who keeps my promises to myself. I am learning to manage my money wisely. I am someone who takes care of my body. I am someone who chooses healthy relationships. I am someone who no longer stays in situations that destroy my peace. This is not pretending you're already there. This is telling your mind where you're going. It's a gentle but firm instruction to your future self. Before we end, I want you to hear this deeply. Your failure is not a life sentence. It is a moment, a painful, important, powerful moment, but still just a moment in the long story of who you are. You are not a failure. You are a human being who has failed, like every other human being who's ever tried to do anything meaningful. Every person you admire has a chapter they don't put on social media. A chapter of confusion, loss, bad decisions, and long nights where they secretly wondered if they were done. The difference is not that they never fell. The difference is that they decided to stand up one more time than they collapsed. Failure is not the opposite of success. Your failure may have taken things from you: money, time, status, people. Failure is a part of success. It teaches you what doesn't work, who is really there for you, where your weak spots are, and what you truly value. But it also gave you things: perspective, humility, empathy, a deeper understanding of yourself. And if you let them, these can become the fuel of your comeback. One day you may look back on this season and say, that was the time I thought I was breaking, but actually I was becoming someone new. Right now you may feel lost. You may feel behind. You may look around and think everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck. But you are not behind. You are exactly at the point in your story where a turning point becomes possible. And this moment, right now as you listen, is your invitation to decide. Will this be the chapter where I slowly give up, or the chapter where I begin again? If this message has touched something in you that you don't always show to the world, I want to invite you to stay on this journey with me. Click like if this has helped you in any way. It's a small action, but it tells the platform that this kind of content matters and helps it reach more people who might be silently struggling just like you. And most importantly, if you feel safe enough, share with me in a comment. What is the hardest part of starting over for you right now? You don't have to share every detail. Even one honest sentence can be your first small action toward your comeback. I read your words. I think about you when I create these episodes. I don't want this to be just a podcast. I want it to be a space where people who are rebuilding themselves feel seen and supported. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for not giving up on yourself, even if some days it feels tempting. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your comeback. I'm proud of you for listening all the way to the end, and I'm quietly cheering for you, even if we've never met. Until the next episode, take one small step today for the person you are becoming.